All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We are back again to do more rewatches, Robbie.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm pretty excited for tonight's viewing.
Yeah.
Because we're watching Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
But before that, we're watching WHIH Season 2, which should be watched. Yeah, that is. Just before Captain America: Civil War.
Yep.
I don't have much to say about this.
Okay, I have nothing to say about it. I've never seen it before. So,
All right.
that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think, it's interesting what they sort of little bits and pieces they try to put in the, especially in the ticket table or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely unnecessary, but we are thorough in our rewatch.
Yeah.
And so we are going to get started with Season 2.
Yeah.
I think there's 5 episodes, maybe. 14 minutes, so we'll check it out.
Yep. That's good.
All right.
And this is the last season that they did.
Yes, there's no more of these. But you do see WHIH, I guess, pop up in the pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Age of Ultron.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm Christine Everhart. This week on a special
They've got a
edition
bit
of
more
Newsfront,
like
the
life
world
in the
the hero
background
leaves
tonight.
behind.
Oh, you did.
What is
Yeah.
the final cost of intervention from groups like the Avengers? Who do they answer to in the wake of their actions? Joining me on the program is political correspondent Will Adams. Thank you for being here, Will.
Thank you for having me,
Are
Christine.
you scared?
No,
Okay.
we're friends, so and friends who disagree. So this is going to
Let's
be
get at it.
interesting. Let's do
Okay. Our superpowered advocates have intervened time and time again in international incidents to great effect. But who accounts for the devastation they leave behind?
Well, the question for me, Christine, isn't if or even should our heroes be allowed to operate independently. It's why shouldn't they? Discoveries are still being made in the massive cache of classified material.
Yeah,
released by
they've still got
former
that
SHIELD agent
Winter
Natasha
Soldier.
Romanoff. And the leak
Monday,
clearly
yes.
details how the organization known as Hydra was able to infiltrate the highest ranks of SHIELD and had organized.
This
a
is like
massive conspiracy
behind. It looks like
of
behind the
civilian
scenes footage or
population.
something.
Yeah, like
Romanoff's
B-roll or
actions,
something.
Yeah.
independent
Yeah.
oversight, saved us
Yeah.
from what could have been a catastrophic
Good way to use
outcome
it.
had
Yeah, I
Hydra
think that's
been
really
able
cool.
to remain undiscovered.
Romanoff's actions, along with the actions of Steve Rogers and Tony Stark and others over the years, may have been admirable.
Their actions saved hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, they
that's not
saved
the
an
question.
extinction event.
We're
Yeah.
talking about the collateral.
It's an
damage.
interesting sort of conversation,
This
though,
week
isn't
in
it?
our
Like,
It is,
ongoing special
yeah.
report, we'll look back on the events
I mean, this
in
is
New
yeah, this
York,
is definitely
DC, Sokovia,
the
asking
starting
you,
point
the
of
viewer, if the growing
of,
concern from governments
Civil
around the
War,
world should see the Avengers submit to
Good thought.
international oversight, or if they should remain free to act independent from government regulation.
I look forward to
that is
you
Ross.
trying to
Oh, yeah.
convince me that
Oh,
anything
retirement.
they've done is less than admirable.
You look
retirement
forward
from
to
the
me
army.
winning.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing from you throughout the week. For news on this topic and others,
Google
search
Steve Rogers.
WHIH online and follow us on Twitter. On behalf of Will Adams, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And myself, thank you for watching.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind this sort of discussion around, like, the collateral damage versus saving hundreds of thousands of people.
Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like the Eternals. Was it Dr. Druid or something that saw all that death? Like, do you prevent it, or do you
Hello, I'm
stop
Christine Everhart.
the advancement of
Superheroes like Steve Rogers
your
and Tony
civilization?
Stark routinely leave behind considerable
I think,
and
yeah.
costly destruction to
I
property
really
damage
like
for
these
various
sorts of
exploits.
questions.
We decided to ask
yeah.
you, the viewer, whether or not there should be a special tax
Oh, hey,
rate for
Ling.
damages these
Ling
heroes
Ling.
caused during what Christine
Ah, cool,
described
Pimtech.
as exploits, but
So
I
good
refer
ad.
to as the times they saved us all.
But the question remains, should
Well,
the
that's a nice
financial
little sort of,
responsibility fall on the people
I guess,
causing the damage,
continuation
or
from
the
the
citizens
man that we
who
watched
left
class.
behind
Yeah.
pieces?
Yes, you all need to decide whether or not you'd rather pay more taxes or be alive.
We hit the streets to hear from you.
I don't have a cool shield or a flying suit of armor, and I can't fight, but I can clean up.
They put their lives on the line to save us.
Is there?
And not a lot of
Because once
people
upon
do
a
that.
time there was
Do a lot of
rumor
good, but
about
innocent
damage
people have to pick
control.
up the pieces.
Oh yes,
Stark
like
blood
Anything like that, right?
like a show.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's not gonna happen.
yeah. It doesn't sound like it. Yeah, but it was going to maybe cover a bit more street level.
Yeah.
The impact of
Yeah,
As you can see, mixed
yeah,
reaction.
but like a
all around.
cleanup of
This
Yeah.
has been a special report from WHIH. For news on this topic and others, Google search WHIH online and follow us on Twitter. I'm Will Adams.
And I'm Christine Everhart. Thank you for watching.
yeah. So these are pretty short. All of
They're really cool. Yeah.
It kind of makes the MCU feel quite real world.
Yeah, I guess it.
You know.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do with it.
Yeah. Because this is what the report will be about, hey?
Welcome to Newsfront. I'm Christine Everhart, joined by Will Adams.
Good to be here.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
The financial cost of the cleanup effort in Washington, D.C., New York City, and Sokovia has crossed the $1 trillion mark.
Whoa. Wow.
Critics and politicians, both domestic
Massive
and
ant-like
internationally,
insect sightings.
suggest Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, and others bear some of the responsibility for the massive
That's
destruction
funny.
and mayhem. And wonder
Transia
if there is a
Corporation.
more
Are there any-
strategic
any-
plan to
yeah, I don't
better
know.
manage their response
Transia.
or potential future events. Will Adams.
Yes.
Where does the White House stand on this? And is the president favoring a particular side of the issue?
Well, so far, the Ellis administration has been careful not to publicly express a viewpoint as of yet. But today, President Ellis was on hand to commemorate the massive cleanup effort in Washington, D.C., following the destruction of the SHIELD headquarters. And he made a point of singling out the
Oh,
heroic
interesting.
deeds
Transia
of those Steve
Corporation
Rogers
is
and
in,
Sam Morrison
Agents
during
of
the
S.H.I.E.L.D., it looks
situation.
like.
The
Oh,
White House
really?
has always been
Yeah.
very clear that
There you
those
go.
responsible for that incident have been neutralized thanks to Mr. Rogers and his colleagues. Honestly, Christine, I've got to say that I definitely agree with him. I mean,
Are
sure,
you-
sure, collateral damage is a problem that we can't ignore, but it's so much better than the alternative.
There are reports that the president has recently met with retired General
Oh,
Thaddeus Ross
interesting.
to discuss a potential appointment. Ross has
So they were
experience
sort of-
in
they had
dealing
that in
with
mind
superpowered
already.
beings.
Yeah.
The superheroes is far from a
There you go.
simple
I wonder
issue.
whether this was done
It's
after
certainly
or
not as
before
simple
that.
as superheroes are good and unimaginable
Hmm.
threats are bad,
I
and
don't
that's what
think
you're boiling it down
That's
to.
not what I'm boiling it
Well,
down to, but go ahead. Continue.
But it's a nice way
goes
to fill in the
without
gap.
saying
It is.
that
Yeah, yeah,
Captain
definitely is,
America
yeah.
Because the last time we
has
saw Thaddeus
been
Ross was
effective in
incredible
many regards, and you
Hulk,
can't deny
right?
that.
I don't agree with you. You have to
Oh,
remember,
yes.
President
And
Ellis
then
is
all of a sudden he
first
shows
and
up in
foremost
Civil
a
War.
politician.
Yeah.
The
Is it
international
really? That's a
pressure
big
is
gap,
clear.
huh?
It's a
Close-door
huge
meeting
gap.
With General
Yeah.
Ross basically
Yeah.
confirms that. I think the president and agencies around the world have an imperative to step up now and figure out a means to work with these heroes so future responses are handled in a more disciplined manner.
Think about it this way.
Yeah.
If it happened right now, over our heads, you don't want to hear that there's a meeting in session. You want to hear that help is on the way. Captain America is coming.
Well,
That's
it-
what
Of-
you want.
of this
Okay,
booming
okay.
shawarma
Well,
restaurant.
It
Yeah.
doesn't look like we're going to solve this today, right now. But
That's
as
pretty
part
cool.
of our ongoing coverage, we will
Oh, dude,
have
that's an
President
actual
Ellis
restaurant.
himself
Yeah,
share
it'd be
his
cool to go
opinions,
check it out.
and that should be
You know,
very
we're in New
interesting.
York.
That's
Yeah.
a huge score. Congratulations.
Thank you. For news on this topic and others, Google search WHIH online and follow us on Twitter. I'm Christine Everhart on behalf of Will Adams. Thank you for watching.
I mean, they would have had to get. If this next clip is what I think it is, they would have had to get some of these actors back to do these short, like, little clips. I mean, they would have had to get Christine Everhart, the actress, back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
To do
I'm
this.
Christine Everhart.
And I'm Will Adams.
From New York to Sokovia, we have witnessed a series of catastrophic events that have threatened the safety of the entire planet. While these crises were resolved as a result of the noble actions of Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, and others, cities like Johannesburg, Seoul, and Washington, D.C. are still on the mend due in large part to the tactical response of these heroes. President Ellis has yet to weigh in publicly on the matter, but he recently appointed
Top New York
formerly
City
retired General
stick
Thaddeus
straight.
Ross as Secretary of State. And now,
That's
joining
cool.
us from the White House to discuss General Ross's
cool.
nomination and more is President Ellis. Good evening, Mr. President. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
there you
joining
go.
us. I know
Yeah,
you're a
I
very
guess he
busy
probably
man.
wouldn't have
My pleasure to be
cost
with
as
you.
much.
Increasing
No, I think on
numbers
the other
of
actor,
world
that's
leaders
true.
are calling
Fair.
for oversight of the Avengers, especially in light of recent events and sensitive data being leaked to the public. Simply put,
Well,
what is your
Henry
position on
Cavill.
this?
We've experienced a series of grave events that have had severe repercussions.
That's really good.
I
Yeah.
am
completely sensitive to the fear and concern that creates. But at the same time, I recognize what men like Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, and others have done in the face of these attacks.
Mr. President, Will Adams here. I definitely agree with you. Their actions have exemplified valor and self-sacrifice. Isn't it essential that our heroes be able to maintain their independence?
Well, my appreciation for their efforts shouldn't be misconstrued as a blank
Oh,
check.
Mr.
The
Cocoa,
Avengers
yeah.
need to collaborate with governments around the globe. That's why my administration is exploring ways to create an official relationship with these heroes.
Are you hoping that as Secretary of State, General Ross would be able to facilitate these negotiations?
The general is no stranger to these
Six
types of
shifts.
incidents, and he has long-standing relationships with many of these heroes, and was instrumental in spearheading
Oh, that's from
the
Incredible
response
Hulk.
to the emergency
For
at
yes.
both
Yes.
Culver University and Harlem.
Ah,
He
they-
served this country with distinction for several
Oh,
decades.
cool. Unseen documents
and I
belonging to
believe
Dr.
he can work with
Erskine.
our allies abroad and alongside these heroes.
We're certainly all waiting to see what the outcome will be. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. President.
Thank you, and God bless America.
I wouldn't mind hearing from our heroes directly, as they're the
agree.
ones who have seen firsthand what government oversight can lead to.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I totally agree with you.
Yes, let's get Tony Stark in here.
Tony Stark.
It's probably more difficult get than President Ellis, unfortunately.
I would take Captain
Yeah.
America as well.
Yeah.
Really interesting stuff here. Thank you, as always, to Will Adams. And again, thank you very much, President Ellis. For news on this topic and others, Google search WHIH online and follow us on Twitter. I'm Christine Everhart. On behalf of Will Adams, thank you for watching.
Somebody did ask us if we were watching WHIH as our Rewinding the MCU
really?
series, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And so the answer to that is yes.
Yes. Oh, so they know the deep lore of it. Then.
They know the deep lore.
Wow.
So I think this is responding to the first bit of Civil War. Oh, it's
Well, okay. Yep.
It's been several hours since the incident in Lagos, Nigeria. Information is
Yes,
sparse,
yes,
and
yes,
the full
yes.
extent of the damage is still unknown. Newsfront correspondent Jackson Norris arrived in Lagos moments ago, and he joins us now. Jackson?
Christine, I'm a few yards away from where the conflict took place. It's still chaotic. Several witnesses are confirming that members of the Avengers and unknown combatants were here at the time.
Now, Jackson, which Avengers were there exactly? Tony Stark?
Captain Rogers' involvement has been mentioned and corroborated. Some accounts indicate Sam Wilson and Natasha Romanoff, but nothing else definitive at this time.
Do we know why the Avengers were in Lagos? What threat initially brought them there?
Will, that's still unconfirmed. There was also an incident at a military compound. Local media speculation is pointing towards former SHIELD agent and now mercenary Brock Rumlow.
Well, given the extent of Rumlow's crimes, are you thinking he was the Avengers' likely target?
Again, it's hard to say.
Okay, I'm sorry, just Jackson, let me interrupt you. Breaking news in from Washington. We now go live to the White House where President Ellis is speaking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Interesting.
I've just been briefed on the developing situation in Lagos, Nigeria. Secretary Ross has contacted their president and assured him that we will do whatever it takes to support our friend and ally. It is crucial that we unite and stand together to ensure that peace and security prevail over chaos and fear. In the coming days, my administration will work directly with the United Nations to find the people responsible for this catastrophe and hold them accountable to the full extent of the law. With courage and with compassion, the international community will help support Lagos during their time of need. Thank you, and may God bless.
Well, that was President Ellis moments ago live from the White House, issuing a very strong statement about the Avengers.
Now, Christine, where you heard a strong statement about the Avengers, I heard President Ellis saying that we need to rally with our allies to support the people that are trying to protect the planet, and that is the Avengers.
Interesting.
That's
So they're
who we
like
need
trying to
actually look to
it's
protect us in
it's interesting because
situations like this.
Well,
it sounds like they're
clearly,
trying to give
you
him
know,
a
It just one moment,
position.
there's
Yes,
still no proof that this situation
is hard
would
to
have been
do in
avoided
a-
if the Avengers weren't
like a
there.
2 or
In
3
fact,
minute
the
clip.
outcome
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
been way worse.
Should our superheroes report to the government? Let us know by Google searching WHIH online and follow us on Twitter. I'm Christine Everhart on behalf of Will Adams. Thank you for watching.
I think that's it.
Yeah, it's nice easy watch.
Yep. So that's all done.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, interesting. I mean, on one hand, it's a strange one because it sort of feels in some bits where it doesn't really fit in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
It's trying to be too real, but also sort of a bit. I don't really quite get this hone, but I understand what they're trying to do.
Yeah. And I think we can probably just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's completely not necessary to watch. You're not gonna add anything to the lore, or it's not even world building.
Nah,
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know whether does it fill in any gaps in terms of narrative at all, or
I mean, I guess it does give you a bit of an update on General Ross.
yeah,
It gives you an idea of the sentiment of, or the flavor of the conversations that are going on with the whole registration and should there be oversight and all that, which is all obviously big themes of Civil War. But like you say, does it add anything? I don't know.
yeah. We'll leave it at that. All right. Well, we're gonna sign off here. Thank you to you guys for joining us for this really short reaction video to WHIH Season 2. But catch us in the next video for Captain America Civil War. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.